So I just finished the entire video, but of course I clicked the finish button and then the web page had an error, so lost the whole video. So I'm re-recording super late at night. But the reason I'm recording this one is so I forgot to mention something in in the last video, the week 14, the 3 month follow up that was on December 19th. Um, and yeah, lost the video, so I have to do it again right now, which sucks because I literally recorded the whole video and then I watched the whole video to make sure I covered all the points. Then I was about to upload it, and then it gave me that Google Chrome like error, snap, oh, something went wrong, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But I'm like, I still want to get it out here. So basically, I forgot to mention that, um, you know, kind of a continuation off of the video before the last one of how I was mentioning that kind of wanted to document, the fitness moving into basically from recovery to actual, hopefully recovered, kind of. I just say kind of recovered because even after the year mark, even after the 18th month mark, there's still gonna be little things. Like I already know there's gonna be little things. It's not gonna be 100% amazing, but there's kind of three sort of stages I'd say in this. There's like surviving, like living, and then thriving. So you know I'm kind of been in the surviving or like still in the surviving, and then hopefully get the surgery, and then you're living somewhat a normal-ish life, and then thriving is actually like playing sports, like running around, doing active things like lifting, and doing more than just a sedentary kind of I'm just existing life. And so, as I had said in the last one, the weight restrictions were kind of lifted, but I didn't really mention anything about anything fitness related, like I said I would in the one before that. So, um, he didn't really give weight restriction. So, like I had said, kind of like 5, 10, maybe 15 pounds, I guess. But me and a friend that I'll kind of leave unnamed, and protect his privacy and anonymity and all that. Like we kind of made a pact that once this gets recovered, or like basically once I can, to like this is my last ditch effort, right? Like I've had 7 years of dislocations, done pretty much everything, can't really lift, or at least do it safely and like be fit because injuries, right? Injuries hold you back, and you can't really perform if you don't have them resolved. So sort of had a pact that like once I'm able uh, to take the fitness game seriously, and really it's kind of just my last ditch effort. So um, we did actually go, like today was the first day. uh, this is really all I did for the exercise, or the yeah exercising today, like going to the gym or whatever. So he's actually working out. I'm just kind of going through the motions, right? And like literally going through the motions. So I just did 4 exercises: incline, Smith machine, bench press, chest press, like on the machine, pec flies on the machine, like cables, and then just flat dumbbell bench press. So if you don't know what those are, so incline, Smith machine, bench press, just taking the bench, incline, Smith machine, which is basically bars that hold or beams that hold a bar in which you put weights on it, like plates. Obviously, I'm not trying to explain this to people who already know. Just I don't know if you're really young or never been to a gym or whatever. So yeah, just this kind of metal, I guess, cage almost with without the bars in between, just like four pillars, and then you put the plates on for extra weight, and then there's a bar in which you push. But then there's little hooks on it. That's the Smith machine part, in which you can just hook it on, so it doesn't just fall on top of you, which is obviously perfect for me because I can't really. I mean, I can't really lift much, so I literally. This is. I'm just going to explain how pathetically, low I'm starting, but also hopefully, I'm doing much, much better to show the drastic change over time. But literally didn't even put any weight, zero weight. I'm not even 100% sure if I could do the things like cleared by my PT or anything because I couldn't talk to him, it was later in the evening. But, surgeon did give a weight restriction. Excuse me. Sorry. But, so I was like, okay, typically they always just say, if it doesn't give you pain, it's okay. So I literally had no weight, just literally moving the bar and not even doing full reps, just shallow reps. Because the one restriction I do remember that I forgot to mention that the surgeon did give is if I'm doing any sort of pressing motion, it has to be in my field of vision. So not going all the way back here, or not back here, but like back here. Um, it's just got to be in your field of vision, which, you know, is kind of weird to me because I thought like, any sort of fitness expert or trainer or whatever thought, you always do the full range of motion, get that full stretch in the pack for any sort of chest exercises so that, activates all the muscle fibers and all that. But, my surgeon said you don't, and I'm sure he's right. It's just a bit confusing, but obviously for the time being with recovering from surgery, I just, made sure to do that and not go super far back. And then, so for the second one, just doing chest press, I actually had to have my friend lift off for me because I couldn't even do that because even though the bench was always as far as back as it could go and the handles were as far away from the bench as they could be, it was still too far back that it didn't feel, I didn't feel comfortable pushing when it's such far back position. And I don't know, my physical therapist isn't right there, and I'm really trying not to mess anything up. um, I only want to do that fine line of the surgeon saying, do these things because you want to strengthen, you want to um, make sure you get movement and recovery, but not overdo them. So literally just, another kind of 4 sets, probably 10 or less of that. And if you think you're weak or anything, I mean, literally, there's the pins with all the weights you can use. It was set at 2.5, like the lowest weight you can go, and that was still too much. I literally just took it out, and I was just literally just moving the machine. So, you know, uh, at least even if you're like a 10-year-old kid, I'm sure you could do more than that. But the next one was just, the pec flies. So that kind of hurt on the incline. So I didn't even go all the way out here. I actually kind of just set it a little closer, and then I'd bend my elbows a little bit to reduce the strain. And again, just moving it. I, you know, I wouldn't even fully put it all the way back. I would actually put the left one back and then take my left arm and put it back because it was just a little too much. And then last one was just doing flat dumbbell bench press. So I literally use the lightest dumbbells, 5-pound dumbbells. It seems stupid as shit, but literally using 5-pound dumbbells and, just doing dumbbell bench press, angling it a bit because that's a little safer for shoulders, little less stress. And, I'm so weak in my chest and shoulders, and probably just in general, that my pecs were twitching even with just 5 pounds, especially on the right side. It was, a lot of twitching, but that's just all the weakness, and also probably those muscles haven't been used in so long because I've just been basically a couch potato for so long. But it is kind of vital in getting those neurons and muscles firing. So like, if you are recovering from surgery, maybe even have worse than I do, or just like one or two subluxations, and it's really frustrating and annoying. Um, of re-injury, or just in general, like I've been you know all over the spectrum there, and unfortunately not on the good side. But uh, it is important, uh, you know, to get at least a little bit in. Basically, if your surgeon or PT, your doctor, like I'm not the doctor, the doctor is the doctor. They've cleared you. They say you can lift 5 pound dumbbells. Like lift, like do it. Like lift 5 pound dumbbells. Like I know it feels stupid. I know it sucks, and it sounds stupid even saying this because I've been told this, and it sounds stupid because like people don't really get it when you've done everything, and even the smallest of things, even when you're not even doing anything athletic, can injure you. So it's like, well, why would you want to keep on doing it? And your brain fights against you doing things because of so many injuries. But you do need to still do things. And I know it sucks, but there's risk, of course, if you do something like, say, you do a pull up with a messed up shoulder. Well, and you rehabilitate your shoulder and everything, and then you go back on the pull up bar, and of course, you're more anxious, and there's risk. But there's also risk if you don't do anything at all, because those muscles will atrophy and they'll get weak, and then your shoulder can pop out again, even with smaller stimulus. And, because they're not strong and stable to keep it in place. So, like this is why you have to do physical therapy right after surgery. It's not, even though it's not a full on workout, they're workouts, for like the small little muscles to increase all that stability. So, if your doctor, if your PT, whatever provider you have says you can do certain things, try to do them. Um, of course, if it's causing pain, don't do it. But and I'm not a doctor, but like I'm just saying with my experience and just from everything I've learned, it's important to get the most activity you can without compromising, your ability to do those things without pain, if that makes sense. Basically, just stay on the fine line of do stuff, but don't overdo it where it's causing pain or re-injuring yourself, which I know is always very hard to find. And it's almost like, well, I have to basically push myself until I injure myself until I do. But once I do, then I've injured myself, and then it's worse. And I know it really really sucks. So maybe not go 100% right away, but start 50%, 60%, 70, and then just kind of hover around 90%, and only touch 100% when you feel comfortable. But yeah, I wanted to sort of just kind of add this video in there. I know it kind of a little more extensive than I expected, but um, yeah, I forgot about mentioning that restriction, and then of course wanted to mention like kind of there's the fitness aspect that I know I said I'll talk about, so I want to make sure I cover that. And hopefully, like right now, obviously I'm not. It's still only 3 months. I'm not the 6 to 9 month mark, but by then I should at least be able to do light exercise, pretty safely, hopefully. So not much will be happening now. I still need to recover a bit more, I think, before I can do some real stuff. But hopefully, 6 9 months, I'll get some more results. And I'm really trying to be in this. I don't think there's really a niche for like people like working out and like all the way from ground zero, or like even under zero, and then hopefully getting all the way to peak physical condition, which might not get there, but that's the goal. So feels kind of stupid to flex and stuff, but just to give you an idea, you know, I'm not in really good shape at all. But who knows? Maybe in a year or two, and just trying to give a little bit of inspiration to anyone who's had all this crap, all this frustration, and then hopefully, getting to somewhere fitness. related. But yeah, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.